I became a witch doctor, and that was when things got worse. The spirits demanded that I give offerings in these cemeteries and at crossroads. These were offerings for evil. My name is Nilton. For 22 years, I suffered because of my involvement with the spiritual entities. Everything started when I was 8 years old. My dad had a company that wasn't doing too well. It was almost going bankrupt. A friend of his, who was a neighbor of the company, invited him to a spiritualist center. The spirits said that the problem was not in the company, nor with him. The problem was at home, and consequently, in me, his son. They asked him to take me there. He took me, and that was how I started out in that environment, when I was 8 years old. Later, when I was 15, a ritual was performed where I was locked up for 21 days in a dark room, just eating food and drink from the spirits. That was when my mind was given to them. From then on, I gave them offerings in the woods, waterfalls, and the sea, thinking that I was doing some good. I became a witch doctor, and that was when things got worse. Then the spirits would demand that I give offerings in the cemeteries and crossroads. These were offerings for evil. I gave many offerings to block paths, to steal husbands and give them to other women, offerings to bankrupt companies out of envy, offerings for death. Before going to a cemetery, I would go to the place where they kept the recently deceased, or to wakes, to find out how they died. I would wait for them to be buried, and since it was easy to dig them up as the soil was still soft, I would unbury them and place names and clothing items with the corpse. My life went from bad to worse, where the spirits would demand blood. I drank animal blood many times. Whenever I didn't have any blood, they wanted to take my own blood. In fact, I have scars made by daggers. These perforations are where they would drink my blood. I have cigar burns and so on. It was something terrible that happened in my life. I also got involved with someone in this spiritualist center. I ended up getting married to her, but nothing went well in that marriage. We had many arguments. I don't blame her alone, but I was also to blame until we got divorced. I got involved with other women and with prostitution. I would drink a liter of cognac and martini per day, plus half a dozen beer bottles every day, from Monday to Monday. However, the alcohol had no effect on me because it was all for the spirits. But the alcohol brought me health problems, such as hepatitis. I would even be evangelized by the evangelists of the Universal Church. But I didn't like it. I didn't care about them. I wasn't angry or had anything against Bishop Macedo, but my anger was towards the work of the church. I would go inside the Universal Church and spit on the floor. They would give me newspapers and I would throw it back inside the church. One day, I was sitting in a bakery having coffee when a pastor came to evangelize me. I was polite to him, but I shrugged it off. I left and went straight to celebrate Carnival. That was what I enjoyed doing. I had a company and it also started doing very badly. I had to sell everything. I had flats, but I had to sell them. I lost absolutely everything. In addition to selling everything for less than what it was worth, I lost everything. I wouldn't say I hit rock bottom. I hit the bottom of the abyss. It was an abyss. I was in an abyss. An abyss has no bottom. It has an endless freefall. Then a couple of friends who were in the same profession as mine kept inviting me. They would invite me saying, "Come to the church, let's go." I would tell them, "No, I don't like this church. I won't go." They would insist, "Let's go, let's go." Then I thought, you know what? Just to get them off my back, I'll go to the Universal Church to see their work. Let's go then. And that was how it all started. I went with them once. I liked it. I felt very well. The very first time I went, I felt very good. Then I started going by myself on other days. I started going by myself. I went on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I went every day because they told me that each day the Universal Church worked on the different needs in people's lives. So I wanted to see everything. That was when I persevered. I was set free in 3 months. 3 months. I was set free from evil spirits, and I asked the pastor to baptize me. I had already heard them preaching about the baptism in water and what it was for the remission of sins, and so that we can be born again. That was when I made the decision to be baptized in water. I was baptized in water, and then I saw that there was something even greater to be achieved, which was the Holy Spirit. Through seeking, perseverance, and surrender, because I had to surrender absolutely everything. I had to surrender everything that I used to do. Swearing, drinking, prostitution, everything was left on the altar. I left everything on the altar. On a certain Sunday in the morning, I had the certainty that that would be the day. When I got there, the meeting began, and during the seeking of the Holy Spirit, the pastor called everyone to the front of the altar, and that was when I had the experience of my lifetime. The true Spirit, the Holy Spirit. That was when I received peace and joy. It was not an emotion. I didn't cry. I didn't feel anything. But I had a certainty that the Spirit of God was dwelling inside me. With that, I was sure that there would no longer be spirits, drinking, addictions, or anything of the sort. Only the Holy Spirit reigning in me. There was a very great transformation that happened in me, internally as well as externally. Then I began to seek for my love life. As God says, it is not good that man should be alone. That was when I met my wife in the love therapy. We have been married for 20 years now. We are very happy. We serve God as Levites in Solomon's temple, and our lives are a blessing. We are in the Caleb group, where we take care of senior citizens. We visit care homes. There are many activities in the Caleb group. My life since then has been a blessing. It has been very blessed. I would say that today the difference is very great. Before, evil spirits lived in me. They would hurt me. They cause irreparable harm. But today, I have the Holy Spirit. For me, the Holy Spirit represents everything that I am today. Everything I do, everything I have, everything I feel, He is everything.